Most people think getting a raise is about working harder. It's not. It's about being perceived differently. And there's one behavioral shift that triggers that perception almost instantly. Here's what's wild. Two people can have identical skills, identical results, identical resumes, and one earns 30% more than the other. Not because they negotiated harder, not because they were more qualified, because of something they do before they even open their mouth. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly what that behavior is, why it works neurologically, and how you can switch it on starting tomorrow. But first, let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was good at his job. His manager knew it. His colleagues knew it. He knew it. But every performance review, he walked in with a folder full of wins and walked out with the same title, the same salary, and a vague promise about next quarter. Meanwhile, his colleague Daniel, who Marcus privately thought was less skilled, kept climbing. New title, new package, more influence. Marcus couldn't figure it out. So one day, he just watched Daniel. And what he noticed had nothing to do with what Daniel said. It was what Daniel didn't do. Here's the psychology behind it. When you enter a high-stakes conversation, a salary meeting, a client pitch, a performance review, your nervous system activates, cortisol spikes, and your body starts broadcasting tiny distress signals you're completely unaware of. Rapid eye movement, upward vocal inflection at the end of statements, like everything you say is secretly a question, filling silence with words. These aren't signs of weakness, they're ancient threat responses. But to the human brain reading you across that table, they register as low status. And here's the part that matters. Status determines compensation, not just competence. Research in behavioral economics, specifically studies on paralinguistic dominance, shows that vocal tone and physical stillness are processed by the brain's social hierarchy center before logic even kicks in. Your boss isn't consciously thinking, this person seems nervous. Their brain has already filed you under a category, and that category shapes every number they're willing to put on a table. What Daniel had, what Marcus was missing, was what psychologists call low reactivity, the ability to stay behaviorally still under social pressure. No rushing to fill silence, no upward inflection, no over-explaining. Just calm, grounded presence that signals, I'm not desperate for your approval. I already know my value. Now here's the counterintuitive part, and this is what most people get completely wrong. Confidence isn't performed, it's withheld. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. Power is communicated through restraint, through the pause you let breathe after you name your number, through the statement you make without softening it into a question. The moment you stop trying to convince someone of your worth and simply occupy it, the entire dynamic shifts. So here's how you apply this immediately. Slow your speech by 20% in professional settings. Not dramatically, just enough that your words carry weight. When you make a statement, let it land. Don't tag, "Does that make sense?" onto the end. When you name a salary figure, go silent after. Let the other person carry the discomfort of the pause. Practice what's called still posture. Feet grounded, no fidgeting, eye contact held a beat longer than feels comfortable. And stop pre-apologizing for your asks. "I was just thinking, maybe, possibly," is the sound of someone negotiating against themselves. Marcus tried this. 3 weeks later, same company, same manager, he walked in still, spoke slowly, named his number, said nothing after, got a 19% raise. Not because he found new skills, because he stopped leaking the ones he already had. Here's the truth no one tells you. The world doesn't pay you what you're worth. It pays you what you signal you're worth. Change the signal, change the outcome.